My name is Mark Daly. I study physics at UCC and now I'm a Scientific Project Officer at Science Foundation Ireland. Currently at Science Foundation Ireland, I work on the Research Centres team. So within Ireland there's a lot of virtual research centres which brings together all the research in Ireland into kind of focused hubs. So a typical day for me would be a little bit of data management, which kind of leans a lot on my background in physics. But we also do a lot of project management and working out new awards and grants and trying to communicate with all the centres and all the people who work there. A lot of stakeholder engagement. It's really quite enjoyable. We work a lot with researchers to kind of find out what the key areas are in Ireland, national priorities, and then to determine what kind of grants we need to give. So there's a lot of different types of grants that go from individual awards for individual researchers, and there's more large scale ones like the research centres where I work. In Science Foundation Ireland I have lots of opportunities to use the skills I learned through my physics degree and my postgraduate studies. I think one thing that really enables you to kind of perform well outside in any career is the fact that you can apply these skills to anything. So we have in Science Foundation Ireland, for example, we have a huge database of data because they kind of collect everything from all the researchers. There's always time to kind of work on your own projects. So a project I worked on kind of recently was kind of looking at publication outputs and seeing where they go and what areas they're in, trying to give a more holistic view of it, and being able to use my data skills to kind of properly parse that information and present it to the public in an understandable way was something that I kind of really enjoyed doing. And I think physics really gives you just options of branching out to a lot of different areas. You're not really tied into a research role, which might be more so the case for a lot of other degrees. And I think being able to take what I learned at UCC and go into a postgraduate, a PhD, really helped me because then I was able to see what I actually enjoyed about science, and I found it was more the policies and the open science aspect of things, and I really enjoyed writing papers, which is probably an unusual thing to enjoy, but I found I really enjoyed that, and I think that my time at UCC kind of enabled me to go into a PhD and then into my further career in science. I was pretty adamant that I wanted to do physics, so I looked around the country to see what physics programs there were, and there were quite a few, but I think UCC stood out as being a very theoretically focused undergraduate degree, which might have been not so much the case in maybe some of the ITs, and Trinity seemed to have a slightly different slant. So I ended up using UCC because I really enjoyed that aspect of it, and I also knew they had quite a vibrant clubs and society kind of environment there. And I had already been to UCC during my when I was in secondary school. I was going to say high school. When I was in secondary school, I attended a few UCC kind of seminars and summer programs, and I got to meet a lot of the people there. The thing I enjoyed most about being UCC was definitely the people and the societies and the clubs too. Obviously, I think that UCC has a very vibrant outside of your academia kind of environment. You can do a lot of extracurricular stuff. I'm really big into board games. I played a lot of board games in the Wargaming and Role-Playing Society at UCC, but I also attended a lot of kind of other random ones. There's a trampolining club, I went there one time. There's an archery club. There's anything you can think of you can do. I think that kind of, my close network of friends now is really all those people I met in those clubs and societies, more so than maybe in my course, even though I'm still friends with a lot of them too. Choosing physics, I think, is a good choice in a lot of ways, because if you're interested in physics and you have a good background and you enjoy maths, I think it's good to choose that career because you can really diverge a lot after you've done your undergrad. You don't have to stay in that field. A piece of advice would be to definitely consider doing honours maths. Very important. It'll put you on a much better foot when you start off. And just really think about what it is you enjoy. Do you enjoy this kind of problem solving? Physics is very much a kind of a problem solving discipline. I think I've kind of changed career a little bit a couple of times. I've gone from PhD to kind of publishing and then over to this kind of science funding initiatives. And I think that I've already said this, but to take home the fact that you're not tied into one thing. The skills you get from a physics degree, they're very data oriented. You'll fit in quite well in a lot of different areas. There's a different way of thinking. So I think that's what I would take away from a physics degree, is that you really have open field to do whatever you want.